morning, sir, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
A lot of people are curious how come President Rodrigo Duterte has yet to talk about this incident, especially since he had a speech yesterday in General Santos.
We already made a statement of that. We
Malacanang.
condemn it. We said it's uncivilized, it's outrageous and barbaric. It's not that incident of the collision itself. It's the act of abandoning the Filipino crew.
But how about the President? Why is he not personally talking about these things when in fact we all know that the President loves to talk?
Yes, but you noticed his speech last night, I think, was with respect to, it was a celebration, what is that?
In General Santos, yeah.
Yeah, in General Santos. The day before that was about the Independence Day, so we talk about independence. And then last night, it escapes me now.
So you said the President was outraged by this incident. What exactly did he tell you when you spoke with him?
No, we haven't talked, but I know for a fact that he read and he agreed with it.
So before you release the statement, you talked to him?
No.
Because the concern here is this. The President was very passionate, especially when it came to the issue of the garbage coming from Canada. He even went to the point of actually threatening to go to war if the trash would not be returned to Canada. But here you have a much more serious incident. In fact, people were actually wondering how come the President himself is quite silent so far.
There's a difference there. You must remember that the Canada incident has been there for 5 years. It's a very long time. And this one, we don't even know exactly what happened there. It's still under investigation. In fact, Ted Filon just bumped into me and said, we don't even know whether that's a Chinese vessel or not. The President is a very cautious man. If you notice, he makes calibrated responses.
Really?
Yes.
Because to a lot of people, it sounds quite reckless with his statements. But you're saying it's quite calibrated? Or is he now being more calibrated because it's China that we're talking about
Depending
here?
on the incidents. When the President speaks, they are intentional to get some desired effects. Or sometimes, as he calls it, he shakes the trees for reactions.
But do you buy the statement coming from the Foreign Ministry of China that this was an ordinary maritime accident?
Have they investigated it? Or are they just making a conclusion outright? The ambassador of China, Ambassador Zhao, texted me last night, and he said, I could quote him. He said they're seriously and thoroughly investigating the incident. He says that Chinese government shares our concern. And if it is shown that the accident was intentional, then the culprits or the offenders would be educated and accordingly punished. That's what he said.
But already the foreign minister said that it was an ordinary maritime accident. And in fact, there was a warning against irresponsibly politicizing the issue. Do you think the issue has been irresponsibly politicized so far?
First, we are not politicizing that incident. What we're focusing is on the act of abandoning, not the collision itself. Because collisions happen in the high seas. But the act of abandoning is in violation of the UNCLOS, the United Nations Law on the Seas.
When someone needs help at sea, you have to help them, basically.
You don't even need an international law provision on that. It's a human act of lending hand to somebody in distress.
But of course, since China is saying that it's still conducting a thorough investigation into the incident, what has the Philippine government established so far? Because a lot of people are wondering, how could an accident happen in such a vast area at sea? And then it was in fact anchored on Reed Bank.
That's precisely why we gave a diplomatic protest to them, and we're waiting for a response. And I'm glad that Ambassador Zhao made a responsible response to that. He said they will thoroughly and seriously investigate the incident.